and good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. So glad you could join me this morning. So just a couple of reminders. You can get that mug and other awesome apparel by going to StampersDelightShop.com. We have that new Dear Santa ornament. All I want for Christmas is stamps. But I was thinking the other day when I was looking at that, that's a ceramic one, and this one is a metal one. But wouldn't they make great tags on a gift for the stamper in your life? Go over to StampersDelightShop.com and check it out. Also, don't forget, you can sign up for the November Fun Fold Club with Donna Gray and myself. And that is now being done over on YouTube. You will get a link to the video tutorial and 2 fun folds, one that I will do and one that Donna will do, and 3 different designs. You also get some product, so definitely check that out and click on the link below. Okay, so I haven't announced my December online class yet. That's a little, there we go. That was a little blurry. We just finished the Fitting Florets online class for November. So give me some time for that. Thank you to everyone who joined. And those kits will be going out by the 20th of the month. Okay, so one thing I always like to do is I like to, when I get an order or I buy a stamp set, I like to make sure I at least touch it. I don't mean touch it like this. I mean actually do a card with it. So we got this Vintage Christmas, and that goes with the Bottled with Happiness bundle. Excuse me. So I wanted to play with this one, and I'm going to show you a couple samples first. So the first sample I have is right here, and I did a bit of masking with that. And I added some of our silver sprigs there, and this is our Merry Melody embossing folder back there. So the masking is very easy now that we have these great masking papers. And you can see I cut some out here. And I'll show you how to use those in a little while. So this was the first card that I did. And I think it came out cute. And when I see brown and burgundy, I just love those colors together with the crumb cake, don't you? Okay, the next one I did, I incorporated, of course, the punch, and then I did some stamping and I also did some masking up here, and then I added the little cups that you can order for that punch, and some of those sequins, fancy sequins. I also added some of the gold swirls from the Fitting Floret. And this one, I actually forgot to put it inside. Can you imagine? So this was the next card that I did. And then I also used the Fitting Florets for this. That's the paper. And here's our white and red glitter paper. I used the white. And there you have those iridescent little gems, the effervescent ones. And I love these because they actually pick up the color of whatever you're using. Making Spirits Bright. So I like this because it's just white and then some green and just a touch of red. And very Merry Christmas to you. So again, there's another sample. The one I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to stamp, but I'm going to change it up a bit. Let me just grab this. Is this one. And I thought of this as soon as I saw the bottle because of that square in the middle. Now that embossing folder right here goes to our Merriest Moments. This was a bundle back when. And here is the embossing folder. And then you have the dies that go with the stamp set. And then you have this die right here. So if you take this paper like I did and I embossed it, you can also take this and cut it out. And we might try that. I'm not sure what we're going to do after the one that I have planned, so we'll just Do it on the fly. So again, don't overlook the items in the annual catalog. Probably one of my favorite embossing folders. And this is just white, shimmery white. I shouldn't say just, because I love just the simplicity of it. The white with just a hint of the cherry cobbler. Merry Christmas. And that, of course, these are shaker cards. All right, so let's do this one first. And I'm going to change up the colors, and you're going to see how different it looks. So I have a piece of regular, well, this one's shimmery white. We're using shimmery white. I really want this one to shimmer. Okay, so that's a half a piece of, you know, the cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. This piece right here of shimmer is 4 by 5 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that embossing folder. I'm going to lay it down here. And a lot of people say, well, how do you know which way to do it? Always have the Stampin' Up! Logo towards you. Let me pull these out and bring in my embossing machine. And my plate. Let's see, do I have the right plate here? We'll see. Yep. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and run that through. Oh, I have one more sample to show you, but I'll show you after I do this because it'll make more sense. Okay, so we're going to pull that out. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and grab that bottle punch, and I am just going to eyeball it here and pop that out. Now, when I pop it out, yes, it doesn't, it takes out part of that, but it's all good. See this little piece, the little bottle that's left with that little embossed image? Let me show you what I did with the two. I made a tag. Yes, it's on a bottle of Prosecco. And let me just take that off for a second so you can see the tag. This tag was actually with just things I had laying around. I had a piece of glitter paper with the ovals from another card, and I had stamped that from the Vintage Christmas. And these two bottles were with the punch outs that I did with the punch. So I added them together, and there we have a cute little tag for a bottle of wine. Okay, wanted to show you that. Okay, so now let's do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in, let's see, I'm going to bring in my stamp that I'm going to use. Not that one. I'm going to bring in this one. And let me grab a piece of paper. All right. So this time I am going to use Starry Sky. And I am going to ink that up. And I am going right over that bottle, just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in some of these. What I want to do? I want to use a darker color. Yeah, I think I'll use the Early Espresso. And I'm going to go in here with the next stamp, which is the pine cones. And the little dot right there between the two pine cones, it lines up right here. Now you can use your Stamparatus, but because I have my masking papers that I'm going to be using, I'm not going to use the Stamparatus today. They line up very nicely there. Then I'm going to bring in my Evening Evergreen. And I am going to bring it in and just, actually I am going to use a mask here. So this is my little masking piece. So what I did was, let me just show you. I took my masking sheet. Well, let's just do a new one so you can really see it up close and personal. So this is my masking sheet. And that's all you do is you stamp your image. So I guess I was showing you this today. And just cut into that. I was planning on doing a second card with some masking, and I still might. Who wants to see a second card after I'm done with this one? Just put your comments in there. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. And I'm getting very close to my $500,000 career sales. And I'll be giving away one lucky winner will get a mini embossing machine. Also for the month of November, I'm giving away mystery gifts I've been showing. So with every order, you can get a mystery gift. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to peel this apart. And these are good for a couple of uses, so don't throw it away after your first use. Let me just get that. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to lay this on top of here. I'm not too worried about that little pine cone. I'm going to ink that up again. It might have gotten dry. And I am going to bring this in just like this over the flowers and stamp it down. Now you see where it's stamped on the flowers, but when I peel this off, and the easiest way I found is to take your pick tool, peel that off. There you go. That is masking. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in one of those little cups. I'm going to do this side first. And I am going to lay that right over there, just like that. I'm going to flip it around. Before I do anything, I'm going to grab myself a piece of white for the back. Just any random piece that will cover that. Don't even need it that big. That's shimmery, and I don't want to use a piece of nice shimmery white. Is this one shimmery? No. Okay, good. So I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock, just like that. Now, I peel this off first because sometimes it's hard to get off once you put some gems in there. So I'm going to use the little beads ever so gently. I was wondering, maybe I should add some sequins. What do you think? See, this one has just the little beads. And this one has the green sequins. I'm going to add some sequins with this. I'm going to live dangerously here. See how it comes out. Gently put a little of those in. I think it might look good. What do you think? Okay, just stir those up a bit. Okay, so there I have my gems in there. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to lay it on top, making sure that it's glued down all the way around this area. Let's see how it came out. Oh yeah, I like it with both. What do you think? Then I'm going to bring in my base, which again, remember I'm using the shimmery white. Probably one of my favorites to use. I know I say that all the time, but my favorite cardstock to use during the holiday season. I'm going to flip that over again, and I'm going to add some dimensionals. The top of this is a little bit heavier. Normally I would just put them in the corners, but because this card is going to be a little bit heavier, and I know what you're asking, is it going to need more postage? It might. If it fits in that little slot at the post office, you should be good. I'm going to bring that over, turn that around, and I am going to add that right there. Now I'm going to bring in, how about I bring in a little piece of glitter paper? I probably have a small piece somewhere around here, but I'm just going to cut a little sliver of this off. So this is our In Colors glitter paper. I'm going to grab the Starry Sky since that's what I'm using. then I'm just going to take a little piece here, about an inch. No, about 3/4 of an inch is good. Cut that. I don't need that whole piece, but then I'm going to grab a strip of white. Do I have any? It's so small, I'm not even worried if it is the shimmery. I am going to bring in my stamp, Making Spirits Bright. I hope my head's not in the way. Making Spirits Bright. Cut that off. And then that is going to get layered right on here. And you, of course, can make that smaller if you want. I'm going to just trim that off. There we go. I'm going to take that. Sometimes the simplest cards, even though this isn't exactly simple, but you know what I mean. You don't have to overdo it, and they look gorgeous. But then again, we like our fun folds and fancy folds too. But sometimes you just want to make one that's a little bit what I would call more elegant, maybe. We just love to make cards. Okay, and I'm going to put that right up there. Just like that. Let's see. My gems. What gems do I have? I have some white sequins here left over from another project. And these are from, these are in the holiday catalog. You have the red and the green and the gold. And a lot of people don't realize that there's white in there too. So we're going to add some of those. Just making this a very white card. Okay. And then for the inside, well, you know what? Let's add a little Wink of Stella. Make that shimmery. And a little dots here and there. These are so small. I'm just dotting them. So we added a little Wink of Stella. Put those over here. And then the inside says, "A very Merry Christmas to you." And then we're going to grab the little sprig here in green. And we'll grab our regular marker and color that in, keeping with the starry sky. I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't like to get that holiday card? Okay, so let's grab an envelope. Put that aside so I don't get ink on it. And then do this one. And then we'll just color that in. Flip that over and color these in. There we go. Okay. And there I have another shaker card. So which color do you like better? Oh, ribbon. I didn't put any ribbon on that one. That's because I didn't bring my ribbon over. Okay, well, let's use this one. Let's see what happens if I use this. This might be too bulky, and I might have to run over and get the other ribbon. But I like to try things anyway. Yeah, see, for me, that's just a little too bulky. Give me a minute. Okay, maybe give me 2 minutes. Because I'm trying to find my ribbon. Okay, here we go. I like this ribbon, so that's what I'm using. This ribbon, I like it, but too bulky. The other reason I like this ribbon is because, again, it's got these glitter pieces in it, and it just seems like no matter what color you use, it picks up that color. So we're going with that one. Okay, and I'm just going to snip that off. And I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to use glue dots for that. And I actually have a lot of glue dots left over from my paper pumpkin kits, and I do like to use those up. So let's use those. I'm going to put 2 right here. There we go. Oh my goodness, did you hear that noise? It's my cats outside. Maybe you didn't hear it. It was pretty loud. And there we have it. Okay, so now, which color do you like better? I find it hard to decide because I like both. But you let me know. Okay, so I am going to leave these 2 colors open, I think. And I'm going to try something else. Now I have a piece of Starry Sky. And I do like blues for Christmas. And then I have this in color gingham polka dotty thing. We're going to go with this. Okay, so I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go 4 inches, 5 1/4. So a lot of times when I do these cards on the fly, it's because I really wasn't thinking about doing it. And then as I was getting ready, I thought of something that I wanted to try. Okay, so we're going to use that. Then I'm going to see, I'm trying this out, so stay with me here, okay? Let's see how this comes out. It may not work. I may have to go to my original idea, but we'll see. Okay, I am going to bring in my piece here. And where did my, there it is. And I'm going to see if this will emboss. So a lot of our papers do, our glitter papers do. If they're too thick, they may not. Our white emboss is gorgeous. But I'm going to try this one first and see if this will emboss. What do you think? Hey, got to try it, right? Okay, let's see what, oh, look how gorgeous that looks. Oh, I'm so glad it worked. Like I said, I didn't do this color. I've done other colors and they work beautifully, but I wasn't sure about this one. Okay, now I'm going to put that plate back on. And I am going to grab that one that cuts it out. And I am going to lay this over it, line it up. Make sure I have it lined up here. And then I'm going to put this one in there because I want to cut that out. Okay. And then let's do this one. So everything I used will be on my blog, stampersdelight.com. I'm going to pull this out. There's that piece that I cut out. You'll see why. Now I'm going to pull this one out. Let me grab my brush just to make sure I get it all off. I love this piece alone for sentiments. I'm going to be using that again. Let's grab the brush. Now I have the old metal brush, wire brush, but I also have the new one that goes on the Take Your Pick tool. So I'm just going to do this to get all those pieces that I don't want. Okay. Oh, look how pretty that is. And any little ones that didn't come out, I'll just pop them out. There's a couple little ones because this is a thicker paper. Okay, that's good. Now, this is going to go right on top of here. Whoop, got to get those gold pieces out here. That's going to lay right on top of here. And I can actually pop that up with dimensionals. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals. I see a couple more spots that didn't pop out, but I don't really worry too much about that. Sometimes I actually like the way they look better when they're in there. So we'll just take out a few more. That's good. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is grab, actually I'm going to grab both. Any place I have a large enough, I'll put the large one to make sure it stays down. This can go there. Now I'll switch to a couple of minis. Make sure that this really stays where it's supposed to. I think, well, let me put one more here. And maybe one more here. Okay. I think that would work. Please don't forget to leave a comment. Also, you can leave me a review on my Stampin' Up page. We like those reviews. And definitely share my videos. Okay. So let's take this piece. Now, see what this one, I'm going to show you a little trick here. When I turn that over, I can see a little bit of that dimensional, and I don't want to. So I just roll it up using my Take Your Pick tool, because I don't want to see that. And I think I'll do it this way. Okay. I'm going to glue this down. Now I could have made this smaller and had a white piece behind it, but I didn't want to have to cut that beautiful embossing folder any smaller. So I am going to lay this right on top here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of white. Let's see, I have these little pieces here. It just has to fit right here. Okay. So let's see, do I want yeah, I want this one. That one's going to fit perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp first. So I'm going to take the Starry Sky and I am going to stamp this right here. Then I'm going to take my masking piece, which is right here. See, this is the one that I used. Remember, I just showed you how to use that. Okay, I am going to mask that. And this one's been used a few times, but it's still got a little sticky left to it. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little squatty one. I'm going to ink that up, but then I'm going to tap it off once. I want it a little lighter. I'm going to go right over top of that first one. Just like that. Oh, got a little goober there. That's all right. We're going to leave them. I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to do this. Oh, no, I'm going to leave that on. What am I saying? I'm going to leave that on. I'm going to make 3 little guys. And I know why, because you know what I'm missing. I'm missing my mat. But we're going to wing it. I'm going to stamp off once. And then when I take it off, you can see that the bottles look like they're behind. But you know what? I really don't like this one, so I'm going to do it again. You get to see it twice. And I think it's the reason I don't like it is because I didn't have my mat. So let's do another one the way I want. All right, so we're going to go in with this dark Then I am going to lay this one over it. And you can just keep layering these. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's stamp it off once. And then I am going to stamp that down. There we go, that's much better. Stamp that off. And do this one. Now let's pull it off. This one's much better. Ta-da! There we go. Then I'm going to bring in this die, and you can see I'm actually going to cut those off. Just like that. I'll do that on the side here. You'll hear me moving the machine in 1 second. Actually, it's easier. Let's just bring it in here where I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now when I pull it out, it looks like this. This piece is going to go right back here. So I'm not adding dimensionals. I'm laying it flat in there. Doesn't have any flowers or anything on it. We're going to put that right inside there. Have this piece. Look at that. Okay, we're going to grab another little white strip here. And we are going to use the Making Spirits Bright. Oh, I wonder if that would fit right up there. Oh my goodness. I don't even need the strip. Let's see. Can I do it? Can I do it? I did it. Yay! I didn't even have to make a strip. Okay, now let's see. What else do I want here? What do you think? What are we thinking here? Ribbon, huh? I'm thinking ribbon. So let's make another little bow. And we'll cut that off, and cut that off, and I am going to put that right there. Now again, I'm going to use my glue dots, or I could use this. I could use either, so let's use this. I showed you how to use the glue dots. That's how to use your Stampin Seal. Making Spirits Bright. What do you think? I mean, quick, easy card. And then, of course, I have some more of those white sequins. And they're going to show up nicely here. Let's see, I'm going to put that one right there. So there's the outside of it. Non-traditional color, but I like it. What do you think? Okay, and then for the inside, again, we're just going to use the stamps that come with the set. I could use the ones that come with the Merriest Moments. Actually, you know what? Making Spirits Bright. Together is the merriest place to be. A joyful Christmas to you and yours. How about that? Let's use a different one. Let's grab one of these from the merriest guy. I don't know if I have a block large enough, but we're going to try. I think this one will work. Let's try it. I'm going to go with this. Just got to grab my mat again. Together is the merriest place to be. Well, if you drink those 3 bottles of wine, you'll be pretty merry, right? Okay, and then let's take that little sprig, and I'm going to actually do it in the Starry Sky. I'm not even going to color those little beads or berries in, rather. I'm just going to leave it like that. Making spirits bright. Don't forget to comment, follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and go to my blog. I'm going to be giving away another free item, Prize Patrol. You're going to get a free mystery item when you place an order. But I'm also giving away random ones. Hopefully you saw that on my last video. Just look for your name on Facebook, and you have 1 week to contact me. And I do send you a quick message, and if you're on YouTube, I do send you, you know, where you leave your name and everything, I let you know. But you have to contact me, okay? All right, so here we go. That's the the second card we made. Here's the first card we made. Lots of great ideas. And here we go with some more. Messy table I have, don't I? Okay, and we have this one with the masking. And then again, another shaker card. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And don't forget to leave me a comment so your name will be in the drawing for a mystery gift. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.